What's up, guys? So, for today's video, I'm just going to be breaking down how to make a game plan at a basic level. Because this is a question I get a lot, is like, how do I make game plans? You know, how do I beat certain characters? And honestly, it's not too hard to make a basic game plan for a character as long as you have knowledge of what they want to do in the first place. So, starting off though, you need to know how to make a game plan for your own character, and I'm going to keep this very simple. Let's pretend this situation that I am the Pokemon trainer. Actually, I'm going to do this as well. So, if I'm the Pokemon trainer, right? Each Pokemon has different game plans. Let's break it down pretty simply. Squirtle, your game plan is going to be, you want to get a lot of grabs, you want to use your out-of-shield game because your frame data is really good, you want to stay very grounded because he's not too fast in the air, and even though his aerials are really nice, he doesn't have much range, and you want to exploit his short size, and you generally want to use him at lower percents, of course, at well. Ivysaur, you want to use his range with his just aerials, especially his Psy B projectile, like just nice zoning. You want to get some grabs with him because his grabs are very rewarding. And your goal is going to be these like low to mid percent strings, maybe some cheese, and you honestly want to use him a lot for like when you have the advantage state in the first place because he's very strong there. And then Charizard, you're trying to exploit his crazy mobility, his big hitboxes, his powerful attacks for kind of like hard reads and big punishes. And then you gotta think about that, and then you want to think about what are your weaknesses as well, right? So Squirtle, your weaknesses are very light, not the best combos at mid and high percents, very low range, and kind of okay mobility. His ground mobility is okay, his air mobility, while he's small and his air acceleration is honestly pretty decent, he's still pretty slow in the air. With Ivysaur, your frame data is kind of poor, so you want to avoid being next to people. He stinks under pressure. His ground buttons are not really that great, so you don't want to be using them too much. And with Charizard, your combo food, your frame data is you have a lot of very punishable things that if they don't work out. You don't have like a projectile or anything of like this really, so you're making a lot of hard reads. And really, when you have that in mind, right? I built a basic, like, these are the character's game plan, this is the strengths and the weaknesses on a basic level. You want to apply the same exact logic to learning how to fight another character, right? Because now let's take Lucina. So, you're playing Pokemon Trainer into Lucina, right? And you have to kind of apply the same logic. So real quick, pause the video if you must. Think about what are Lucina's strengths and her general game plan. And then, what are her weaknesses? Things she's trying to avoid or things you can exploit versus her. Alright, so with Lucina, right? So her strengths is obviously going to be her aerials. Very good frame data, like not broken, but good frame data, good range, disjoint, generally safe and hard to challenge overall, right? So just, she wants to space aerials, she wants to get like falling aerials for small strings, she wants to hit you over and over. She wants to keep you in disadvantage state in general with her really safe aerials. So, with that in mind, you can expect her game plan to be revolving entirely around spacing her aerials more than anything else, right? So, what does that tell you? It tells you do not want to challenge her air to air. You do not want to try and outspace her unless you're using Ivysaur projectiles, maybe. And you have to respect her hits a lot, meaning you don't get to swing that much. However, when you look at her weaknesses, her ground moves are all pretty committal, right? Like all of her tilts, like not super committal, but they're all punishable enough. Psybe's punishable should be is like a hard read move. So she's not great there. She's also not particularly fast. So you want to exploit her ground moves not being that great. And her general lack of mobility, meaning she has a little bit of trouble chasing and getting chased. So you can build a game plan around this. Obviously, it's not super net, but you can build a game plan revolving around trying to catch her when she's on the ground and force that ground moves, trying to make her chase you when you're like playing very like campy with Ivysaur maybe, along with putting a lot of pressure on her when she's in disadvantage with a character such as Charizard or even Squirtle. And just like that, you built a simple game plan. It's not gonna, give you all the depth of a character. You're not gonna know like everything like, what are her short break setups? What are her like more situational combos? But it's something to work with. And that will go a long way, especially in Ultimate where there's so many characters, it is unreasonable to learn every matchup. That is a fact, actually. So you can't be expected to do that, and honestly, a lot of times in Ultimate, the best thing to do is to learn how to maximize your game plan to the point where your opponent doesn't know how to handle it. Which it might sound very vague and not make the most sense, but I don't know how to explain it that well. But yeah, and you might be saying, oh, but I don't know these weaknesses of a character or whatever. And that's why it is really important to talk to people who do play the character about this stuff. Like, you play with someone, sit down, play friends with them. Just ask them some questions if you don't know. Like, what are you kind of looking for? What are your combo starters? What are your best spacing tools? What do you want to get? Or what don't you want to deal with? What's your character's weaknesses? What is something that gives you trouble? And simple things like that can really help you a lot towards piecing together matchups, especially when you're fighting rarer characters or characters that feel weird. Think maybe Duck Hunt or Pac-Man, whatever. There's a billion characters in this game, right? That will go a long way in learning matchups in Ultimate and helping you advance significantly as a player. And with that said, guys, hope this was helpful. Peace out.